Web3 TV.
Welcome to the Future Blockchain Summit 2025, Web3 TV here. I'm your host, Aya Dikiraz, and today we're joined with
Joe David from Nephos.
I am so keen to understand what you guys have going on because I think this is one of those very unique companies in Web3. Not the usual, but I would like to argue the most necessary one. So I don't want to get in the way. You take it away. Give us an overview of what you are building.
Yeah, like you said, we're not the usual kind of tech product that's being built. We're actually a professional services firm where we support crypto blockchain projects globally on their corporate structure, their accounting, their tax, and whilst that might sound boring, making sure that they are legal, doing things properly, and in a position to grow.
I think that's very important because a lot of founders do tend to stay in their head and just keep on building, but forget that the infrastructure on the other back end is just as important, especially when you're trying to get funded.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to assume that you are one of the reasons why a lot have exited or a lot have gotten their investments in. You did tell me earlier before you elaborate that you started way back, but only transitioned into the Web3 space in 2018. So tell me the journey from that point on.
So we were always interested in tech, in new products, in supporting founders from the ground up. Really working closely with the founder and helping them to like build their business into something special. Because as you said, founders are amazing at what they do, but they don't necessarily have the skill set in the other bits and pieces, right? And that's the key where we come in. Is we're not saying we're better than you at this or we're better than you at that. What we're saying is you're amazing, but you probably need someone like us to help professionalize it. So we always worked in that space. And then we just happened to walk into crypto. We were talking to a few tech founders. One guy says, speak to my friend. We speak to another friend, and all of a sudden you're in crypto. So initially it was very much kind of like, let's just see how this goes. And then eventually we were like, there's a huge opportunity. I'm super passionate about the crypto and blockchain space. So we then just built a business off the back of it, and it went from there.
That's incredible. In terms of niches or certain narratives in Web3, what are you most excited about and what you're seeing more in your portfolio companies or with your clients?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one for me, as much as it is probably like the biggest buzzword, is decentralized AI.
Right.
Like I'm really bullish about that. We've got some really interesting clients building some really interesting things. So that's probably the biggest area. Like being in Dubai, naturally, tokenized RWA narrative is a big narrative here.
Indeed.
Vara recently came out with proper regulations for it. There's a few companies now being licensed under that. And obviously the government are very invested in RWAs here. So I think that's a huge narrative locally in the region, but globally and in the kind of main space, like decentralized AI, I think is bringing those two huge buzz things together and creating something amazing.
Awesome. So you guys are HQ'd in the UK, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix between the UK and the UAE.
just like everybody in crypto. But what's the most exciting part about building, here locally? And are you hoping to expand a bit more further? And I really want to push it, but I ask everybody for a Web3 TV exclusive, something that you guys have cooking up in the background. You haven't really said it publicly. You guys will hear it here first. You go for it.
Yeah, so like what I'm most excited about here is that this region is buzzing for new technology, not just crypto, but AI, and all different kind of fintech opportunities. Look at the event we're at today; it's huge, buzzing. So I think I'm most excited about being in this region for that reason. It's entrepreneurial. People want you to be successful.
Right.
Everyone's supportive. In the Western world at the moment, I hate to say it, but it doesn't feel like that, right? It just doesn't feel like that at all. So I'm super bullish and super excited about being here, which is why we're here. I guess a little bit of an exclusive. I've kind of changed my mind a little bit here, but I'm actually going out to Saudi in a month's time to speak about crypto and what we do within the space in Saudi, because there's, a huge opportunity there, Qatar and other places where these places need support like ours, and there aren't really anyone doing it. So yeah, watch this space, and maybe you'll see us in another few GCC regions soon.
Ooh, so it's like a KSA takeover next, because I got the UAE. We got that. We got that pretty much.
Done that, nailed, done.
Right. And then we're going to see you take over the rest of the world.
Why not?
In a very short amount of time. But apart from that, make them excited, invite them to hop on board, and yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so look, if you're a crypto firm founder, whatever you're doing within this space, and you need somebody or want somebody to support you on that kind of professionalization of your business, and but also where you should structure, how you should structure, support with things like Vara and the application process for that. Like, we're the firm for you. We're crypto native. My family hate me because all I do is crypto. And I work during the day and I do crypto during the night, So so look, we're a crypto native firm. We love the space and we're here to help it be successful. So if you're one of those founders, then reach out.
If you're a founder looking for a guy who works like AI but is actually a human being, I feel like he might be it, because he just won't stop working. They're expanding very quickly. And again, as you said, founders need sort of that backbone that will get you from A to Z ASAP. So thank you so much,
me.
Joe. I've been your host, Heidi Quiroz, and we'll catch you in the next one.